Gospelology, oh, Gospelology, 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 Gospelology, oh. Jesus turned water into wine. It's amazing. Jesus even healed the blind. It's amazing. How all the planets are aligned. How all chemicals are designed. Teaching the gospel with a scientific twist. All of his miracles are magnificent. Teaching the gospel with a scientific twist. All of his miracles are magnificent. Oh, Gospelology, Gospelology.
Today we're going to make a spring. Just like the living water. You know when we talked about it in our story, how Jesus is like a spring and a fountain of living water flowing through our hearts. Now, in order to make our spring, we need some ingredients or some materials, okay? What you're going to need is a clear plastic container, the rectangle shape, okay? A clear plastic container, you see? Nice rectangular shape. You're gonna need sponges, okay? And what we're gonna do with our sponges is that we're going to layer them inside our container, just like this. Now, I only needed 3 sponges because my container, that's what it could hold. Perfect fit too, huh? Great colors, whoa. Then you're gonna need a piece of cardboard. And what you want to do is you want to cut your cardboard so that it fits right inside our container. So get a piece of cardboard, and what I would recommend that you would do is take your container at the bottom, put it on top of your cardboard and trace it. Yes, and then cut it out. Make sure if you're using scissors, you ask your parents or use safety scissors. Now, Miss Latrice has some kitchen scissors because there's something else we need to do. But when you're using sharp objects, make sure you check with your parents. So, like I said, I cut my cardboard, right, to the shape that would fit inside my container. You also are going to need a pitcher of water. And what your pitcher of water is going to do, your pitcher of water, you're going to pour a little bit on the sponges just to saturate them. That means wet them nice and good. You don't need too much. So now my sponges are saturated, okay? Just like that. And you can put that to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of cardboard and I'm going to put a hole right in the middle of it. Okay, so I'm going to open up my scissors very carefully and I'm going to take it and poke a hole right in the middle, just like that. Okay, so there's my small hole. I can see you. Okay, now what we're going to do is you're going to take your cardboard just like this and you're going to place it on the top of your sponges. You're going to make sure it gets nice and tight down in there, just like that, okay? And when I press it, look what happens. Are you ready? Whoa, did you see that? It's a spring. It's so cool. You see the water coming out? Cool. You see, we can't make a spring perfectly. It's much more amazing than this, but this helps us to see how it works. You see, the layer of sponges at the bottom is like an aquifer. See, an aquifer is an underground layer of rock that holds water. Like the sponges, the aquifer releases water when pressure is added. In our model, we press down on the cardboard, right, to make the water come up. But see, in real life, pressure from inside the Earth's crust pushes the water up and out of the aquifer layer. Sometimes it's a spring just like this, but sometimes it seeps around the side because the water that's coming from around the side, it's called seeping. And it sometimes seeps out the ground. But as around the edges of our cardboard, and sometimes someone, when sometimes around the edges it seeps, but also sometimes what people do is they dig wells, and see, then the water has to be pumped, but that's still pressure being applied, right? And so they pump the well, just like our woman at the well when she had to pump it to get the water out. But if there's more pressure under the ground, like a whole lot of pressure, guess what? The water will spring up, right? And so the spring water, let me tell you, it's considered like the best water in the world. Like a drink of the best water. Joining God's family and being Jesus' forever friend will satisfy you like a cold glass of water on a hot day. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft, and I want you guys to take a picture of your spring and send it in at gospelologyclub.com so that we can put you on our show doing your spring.